Muzan Kibutsuji, the king of demons, had nearly everything in his favor: immortality, overwhelming strength, and centuries of planning. But despite all of that, he still lost to the Demon Slayer core. His downfall wasn't because of a single mistake. It was the result of many errors he made across his life. Let's break down every mistake Muzan made that led directly to his defeat. The first and perhaps biggest mistake Muzan made was his fear of death. Instead of embracing battle, he lived in constant paranoia, running from Yoriichi and hiding in the shadows for centuries. This fear limited him, because while he gained time, he never truly evolved or became battle-hardened. Compare this to demons like Akaza, who grew stronger by constantly fighting. Muzan wasted centuries cowering rather than sharpening his abilities. Another crucial mistake was Muzan's lack of loyalty from his upper moons. While demons like Kokushibo and Akaza were powerful, most of them didn't truly respect or even like him. Duma only followed because he was entertained. Gyutaro was motivated by survival, and even Kokushibo served out of desperation, not love. Muzan ruled through fear, not loyalty. So when it mattered most, his army was fractured and unreliable. Muzan also underestimated the Demon Slayer Corps' ability to adapt. He saw humans as weak, short-lived insects, but failed to realize their determination could outmatch his fear of death. Hashira like Yomei and Sanemi pushed themselves far past their limits, while Tanjiro and his friends developed techniques that even Muzan didn't expect. His arrogance blinded him to the possibility that humans could evolve to rival him. Another mistake was Muzan's lack of strategy in the Infinity Castle. He could have picked off Hashira one by one or avoided direct confrontation until dawn. Instead, he rushed into open conflict, allowing his enemies to regroup and work together. Even Kokushibo and Akaza were forced into fights they weren't prepared for. Muzan's impatience cost him the advantage his castle should have given. But perhaps the most fatal mistake Muzan made was his failure to understand his own weaknesses. He knew sunlight and the red Nichiren blades could kill him, yet he never truly found a solution. His attempts to create a perfect body through experiments were half-baked, and he wasted time on Nezuko instead of finding a real cure. This ignorance left him exposed to the very tools that ended his life. Finally, Muzan's ego was his ultimate downfall. He believed himself untouchable, superior to all, and that arrogance blinded him until the very end. Even when the Slayers pushed him to the brink, he still looked down on them instead of adapting. And when his body began to fail, his only thought was survival, not victory. In the end, Muzan's mistakes outweighed his strengths, and they sealed his defeat. But perhaps the most fatal mistake Muzan made was his failure to understand his own weaknesses. He knew sunlight and the red Nichiren blades could kill him, yet he never truly found a solution. His attempts to create a perfect body through experiments were half-baked, and he wasted time on Nezuko instead of finding a real cure. This ignorance left him exposed to the very tools that ended his life,